heading into the new week, we don't want Bitcoin as a bullish guy with bullish sentiment in the market heading into the new week. You don't want Bitcoin, the current week closing today. You don't want it closing below where we are currently, because it's a confluence of support around this region. And I'll be telling you what it's likely going to be the scenario for the coming week starting tomorrow, and that will be determined. That will be largely due to how today the week closes today. Welcome again to my to crypto reality. It's your boy Pedro again. So we are currently back to consolidating again. We're back into this box that we've been ranging around since June. We're heading into about 3 months. We're heading into like about 3 months of that consolidation that has been on as far back as June, mid-June. This is early September. So we have currently been in a mini downtrend. That is the consolidation to the downside, from the top to the downside, and we're currently near the bottom. So that has formed a mini downtrend line dating as far back as mid-August, around 15th August till date. So we can see clearly. I'm going to be taking out this volume, so you can have a clearer look. Yeah, this is cleaner. It's instant. You can see how this mini trend line since mid-August has proved very well to act as resistance, which is a clear case of a mini downtrend to the downside, which is very expected, given that we are still stuck in this range that has been on since mid-June till date. We got multiple rejections of 24K level or a region, and we are now, which seems to be like the top of this consolidation. We're back to 19-20K territory again, and you can see that in as much as, yes, virtually the entirety of the market is expecting us to head further down south, I want us to respect the fact that we're stuck in a region, in a consolidatory region. We've been stuck, you can see clearly, 18 June till date, mid-June. Like I said earlier on, we're stuck in this consolidation. So it is a consolidation. The downtrend is still intact, no doubt about that. What we're currently experiencing right now, from a more holistic view perspective, is a range, which is what, like I've said 1,000 times, the market experiences a range virtually 70% of times, if not more. So that is where we are currently stuck. Now we're stuck in a range between 24K thereabout, and the bottom coming at around 17K. So like I said in my last broadcast, how the market behaves on getting back to 17K will determine if we're going to continue with the downtrend or would still continue with this range. And currently I made mention of the fact that 20K would be pivotal, and if the market compromises 20K on at least daily and weekly closing basis, then we're going to see a return to 17K, and that would be the main pivotal point as to whether we should continue with the downtrend or we should continue with the range. So we currently can see how it's been very decisive, just as we envisaged, on getting to 20K. We're currently being stuck in this range of choppiness from a daily time frame perspective ever since late August 27th. We've got to this point. We've been stuck in this range. 19.8 is the precise value which is within that 20k territory. It is the for a former bull cycle high, coming at around 19.8 in back in December 2017. So you can see how very pivotal this point is current has always been, and is currently the case right now. And this mini trend line has also been very pivotal to ensure that we are still in this larger range between 20 or 17k and 24k thereabout. So you don't want, the market seems to be above this trend line as things stand, but we know this is not an aggressive breakthrough. This is basically a breeze through than a breakthrough, and you can see that we're just currently still very choppy around this region. So for the market to maybe find a way to bounce back up to the upside from this 20k and continue consolidating, we need to see it stay above this trend line and above 20k as well, which is a very pivotal confluence point of support as things stand. So you don't want the market closing back into this trend line, back below this trend line. If this today closes back below this trend line, then 17k is very possible, almost on the 100% probability. But the probability for the tendency for the market, the fact that the market is still closing above 19.8 and above this trend line, we need to respect a possibility of a bounce. I'll be switching briefly to lower time frames, and from the hourly time frame, you can see that the market has been stuck in this range on an hourly time frame ever since late August 28th, where the market has been choppy. From the daily time frame perspective, you can see that the market has been respecting the area around 19.5 as support. Alright, 19.5 as support. You can see clearly how the market has behaved within the past couple of days, dating back to 19.5, and you can see that we're currently respecting that range very well. Even as things stand, we've touched 19.5 again today. So if this continues to be the case, then we need to respect, we need to see a possibility for a bounce from this point. And you can see that in as much as we're touching it, we're not completely touching. It's not an exact, it's not a one-to-one touch. We're currently seeing a little bit of higher low formations from the 1 hour time frame perspective, at least. Almost the same. It's almost the same, not exactly, just a little bit of higher low formations. So what how this is going to play, the likely scenario, this is going to be largely dependent on the DXY. The DXY, we're currently seeing a close on a daily time frame perspective above this potential double top, and with this close we have an invalidation, a possible invalidation of this double top. And you can see that from the daily time frame perspective, there's currently been a retest, and you can see a bullish pin bar formed on retest. So this area is holding as support, at least from a daily time frame perspective as things stand, and after a retest. So it has closed on a weekly time frame as well above that level, and we need to, this week's close will determine if this is going to be a false break or this is going to hold as support. And for markets to trend to rally up, you don't want DXY holding this level as support. That's not going to be good news for the rest of the markets. so long as this place hold our support. If this region can hold our support, if we're going to see a rally to the upside, then that is going to be bad news for Bitcoin. Bitcoin is likely to touch 17k, and the likes of Euro USD, which is forming a potential double bottom, it's likely to lose that and form a new lower low, which is a continuation of the downtrend. So if this week closes if this week closes back below this level, then we know last week's close was merely a false break, and that would mean strength for the rest of the market. And you'll be seeing clearly here that the fact that this closed and we had an immediate retest, it's maybe a sign of a potential false break. But like I said, only time will tell, and this week is going to be very crucial as to know if this is a false break or not. So this week's close, unlike the other previous closes above last swing highs, we had rounded retests, massive relief rallies after closes, and then rounded retests. So this was a clear case of massive strength. You can see even the RSIs were showing massive strength after this close, but this time around we're seeing some sort of not so massive strength, and we're seeing an immediate retest of the level. You can see that there's some sort of a struggle around this region, so it's very unclear to know if this is going to be a continuation of the bullish rally or a false break. So this week is going to be very, very pivotal as to how DXY plays out and how the rest of the crypto market plays out. So if this level holds as support this week, then we're likely to see weakness from the other market like the Euro USD and the Bitcoin market as well. So I hope you got value. That's going to be a lot I have for you today, and I hope you got value from this. And just remember that this is for educational purpose and not to be treated as financial advice. Remember that financial asset trading is a risky affair, so always endeavor to carry out your own research before entering any trade. Do have a lovely week ahead. Bye bye.